and welcome to my channel. Well, it's been a while, and we've been doing some traveling. I just got back from a cruise several weeks ago with my kids. We went in the middle of September, and we had a good time there, getting ready to go on another cruise with my husband in December. But we also went to an apple orchard, and I got all these apples that I have to peel, and I decided I'd make applesauce today and put some in the freezer to have whenever we want some. And I have already been making some apple things, but I have all these left over that I'm going to have to do something with. So again, I decided on the applesauce. So I'm going to go ahead and get these all peeled. I'm going to be here for a while and get these all cut up, and when I get them peeled and cut up and in the pot and ready to start the applesauce, I'll be back with you. Okay, I got all of those apples peeled, and I got a good sized Dutch oven full by the time I got them peeled. Now, what I had forgotten to mention is these were Fuji apples and Jonagold, but you can use any kind of apples that you want. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to add couple of dashes of salt, just enough, because what it'll do is it'll bring the juices out of the apples. And so I'm going to, okay, I've just turned my stove on, and I'm going to add about 1 cup of water to start with. We're going to be keeping an eye on that. Okay, and then to that, get my measuring cups. And to that, I'm going to add 1/2 cup of Splenda. Now, you can use regular sugar if you want, but I like to kind of limit the sugar because, for one thing, my husband is diabetic. And for another thing, I just like to eliminate as many calories as I can, but still retain the taste. So, I'm also going to be adding 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to add a good sprinkling of cinnamon, probably about a tablespoon. And I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of nutmeg. This is all, whoops, this is all kind of guesstimated, really, because it's kind of an old recipe that I never really had a recipe. It's just my mother had kind of told me how to do this. And I'm also going to add some butter to it, just to help enhance the taste. Okay, and I'll set that in there. Alright. Now, I'll start stirring this around. Already beginning to smell good. Now, you want to be very careful. Apples will scorch easily, so you have to be very, very careful when cooking apples. And I also didn't want to add too much water to it because I don't want a soupy applesauce. We had gone to an orchard, it was probably about 5.5 hours or so, maybe 6 hours from here, on the other side of the state, up into the mountains, because we live down on the coastal area. And in the coastal area, you don't get apple orchards like you do on the other side of the state, or like we did when we used to live in Michigan. And they have some of the nicest apples up there. And I also got some apple cider, but they have fresh, hot apple cider donuts that are just amazing. They serve them to you. You get them hot right there. They are so good. So we had to get some of those while we were at it. But that's just a little bit of some of the things we've been doing since September. And like I said, I went on another cruise about the middle of September with my daughters again. That's kind of a yearly thing we've been doing. So we had a good time with that. But I did manage to talk my husband into going on one in December, so that's kind of, we're going with another one of my daughters and her husband, and I think he'll enjoy it. So he's never really been one to want to cruise. Now, depending on the tartness of your apples, you may or may not want to, you may want to increase or decrease the sugar. It really depends on the tartness of your apples. These weren't super tart, but they were really good when I made an apple crisp with them the other day. And what I will do is I'll link all my apple videos in the description, so you can kind of see the things that I do in the fall with these apples and some of the things I like to make. My mother-in-law makes something called Apple Delicious. I'll have to see what that is and maybe do a video on that. So a lot of liquid is coming out of these, so I may have to pour some of this liquid off. I will see how it plays out. But okay, well, I'm going to continue cooking these apples for probably another, I'd say another 20 minutes or so. And when I get ready to check on them, I will be back with you. Okay, my apples have been cooking now for about 20 minutes, and you can see that how they have cooked down. And the Fuji apples and the Jana Gold, clearly they don't cook up like the Macintosh or, you know, softer brand like, or softer kind like that would. So what we're going to do, I say I've got a potato masher, and we want to mash these up. And then I am going to take them over to the blender. So I'm definitely going to do that off camera because it is very noisy. So I'll be back when I get these off the blender. Okay, our applesauce is done, and there's what it looks like. And we do prefer ours a little bit more chunky, so if you wanted to, you could blend that down to where it was smooth if you wanted it that way. It's just a matter of taste, really. It depends on what you want. I did end up adding a little bit more sugar to it because it wasn't quite sweet enough when I checked on it. So, but this one came out really good, and I'm very happy with the taste of it. And I probably would have been better to use some Macintosh or some more mealy type apples than I did, but that's what I had on hand, and they worked just fine. So whatever apples you prefer will work just as well for you too. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video today, and with this being apple season, I hope that you will go get yourself some apples and try to make this recipe for yourself. I'm sure you'll enjoy it if you do. So if you did enjoy this video, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out a lot. And I do thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time.